Welcome to the Transformation Institute's podcast for change. Here is our host, OMARI JAHI Aton.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the Transformation Institute podcast for change. I'm your host, OMARI JAHI. Welcome to the podcast. Please subscribe to our podcast on YouTube. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. Subscribe, like, and make a comment. You can also make comments live while we're doing the podcast. I think I'm going to be riding solo tonight, seems like. So let's get right into it, you guys. So the first thing is here, let me get rid of this stuff, is what we're going to be talking about tonight is lust and desires. Are we out of control? You know, the thing is that a lot, you don't hear too many people talking about lust. You know, we experience it all the time. You know, the world is full of it. Everything. I mean, you can go outside and just walk down the street and you're going to see something that's going to feed your lustful desires at some point or another. And there's a lot of things to be lustful for. Usually when people say they're having issues with lust and desire, we think it's about sex. It's not only about sex, you guys. You can be lustful about a whole lot of things. As a matter of fact, I want to share my screen real quick while we're waiting on a couple of more co-hosts. Hopefully they'll be able to jump in here. But I want to share my screen and share this with you. Look at this. Well, first of all, let's look at the definition. Lust. It says lust is an intense, often insatiable desire. That means you can't control it. That can be directed toward a wide range of things, not just sex. In the modern world, this craving is constantly being amplified. In this world, the craving is being amplified. That means it's being fed and exploited through various social market mechanisms. Here's a breakdown of how lust is fed and how it's being fed in today's world. Well, we already know about media and entertainment. Sex is everywhere. Sex, alcohol, sex, alcohol. Now they really promoting cigars. Now the consumption of cigars is really being promoted now. Glamorizing lifestyles. They've been doing that for years. Pornography, again, generations. I want to get to the social media one. Here we go. It says self-promotion and validation. Social media platforms are designed to reward self-promotion and seeking validations from others. See, this is why social media was created, in order that we have some way of validating ourselves. It's designed to reward self-promotion. It's all about self. It's not about group anymore. Now, why would society want us to be individuals to ourselves, still seeking validation, though, from others? So this whole online thing is a thing, whereas it goes into, it says people post carefully curated images and updates, creating a highlighted reel of their lives. This fosters a lust for attention. I'm going to say that again. This fosters a lust for attention. What is lust again? An uncontrollable desire. So this is why people be on Facebook damn near 24 hours a day. It's like an addiction. It's uncontrollable because the attention that we're seeking, the likes and the validation as individuals become dependent on external affirmations to feel good about themselves. This is how we feel good. If you put a picture of yourself on there and you get about 20 or 100 likes or whatever, now you feel like you're the stuff now. But now what if you put your picture on there and you don't get no likes? What does that do for your self-esteem? So now you kind of see how this social media thing has become like a drug even, you know. And so I really want us to kind of get an understanding of this lust thing and this desire thing, because it's not that we're out of control. The problem is that we're not in control. It's controlling us. This unsatiable or this uncontrollable desire to want to let me go back to because it has some other things on there that I wanted you guys to see. This uncontrollable thing. Where is it? Yeah. Here we go. This is the list. These are non-sexual stuff. Look, a lust for power, an intense and often corrupting desire to control and dominate others. Yeah, you don't think people going throughout their lives lusting for power, lusting for control? Men and women trying to have power and control over each other? Lust for money. This is the big one right here. A greedy and excessive desire for wealth and material possessions. Whole world is full of it. A lust for knowledge. I don't think we get a whole bunch of this, but check it out. It says an obsessive and unrestrained drive to acquire information. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, the problem is obsessive and unrestrained. There's nothing wrong with drive to acquire information. We should always have a drive to acquire information. But this last part is what is really the challenge is. Sometimes for selfish or manipulative purposes. You want this knowledge so that you can use it as power over people. And I know more than you do, so listen to me. Somebody just texted me. Who is this? Oh, it's one of my co-hosts. They're having some technical problems. But now, check this out. Lust for fame, a desperate or insatiable need for public recognition and admiration. People that are in entertainment or doing sports, they go out into the mall a lot of times for people to oh, ain't you so-and-so? Ooh, can I take a picture? Can I get your autograph? This is people that go out because they have a lust for fame. And if they don't get this, guess what happens? And any of these other things, if you ain't got this all this money that you and material things that you want, and if you ain't got the power that you want, guess what happens? Depression sets in. Oh, woe is me. What's wrong with me? Don't nobody like me. Don't nobody, Look, lust for control, an overwhelming desire to micromanage and dictate the actions and lives of other people. Now, what would give any individual the right, other than a parent, to desire to dictate the actions and lives of others? That's the job description of a parent. But we do this to grown men and women. Last thing here, lust for revenge, a consuming and destructive desire to harm someone who has wronged you. This is going on all day, every day. And so we living in a world, y'all, full of lust, full of lust. What we gonna do about it? What can we do about it? I got a video I want you guys to see. Well, there's a couple of videos, really. Oh, Darlene made it. Okay.
Wow, it was rough.
It was rough.
It was rough. It was rough.
That's the devil, see, but you found it. You found it. All right. Welcome. I was just about to show a couple of videos.
Okay.
Our title today is Lust and Desires. Are we out of control? And so I've kind of been talking about giving some definitions and giving some examples of lust other than just sex, because most people think when you're talking about lust, it's just sex, but it's more than just sex. Now check this out, because not only are we don't want to talk about the problem, we want to talk about the solution. Now this is going to be pretty interesting. I believe the solution for lust and desire, and let me get that definition up here so we can see it. So it says lust is an intense and often uncontrolled craving or desire, typically of a sexual nature. It is one of the several deadly sins in Christian theology. So how do we combat that? You know, I got a video for you guys to check out. Check out this guy. Let's see, here we go. Oh, is he gonna play?
If you're not fasting, I don't think you really have much chance to be rid of lust. Because if you're fasting in the way the church prescribes, then you're submitting yourself to an authority and you're learning discipline. Because after all, what is it that you need to have when you're lusting? Discipline to not do what you want to do. If you're not fasting, I don't think you really have.
So here he is. This guy is, and I'm agreeing with this. Fasting is the solution to lust. And the reason being is because when you fast properly, like you're supposed to, and maybe we need to even have, I'll probably need to have a podcast on that, just what fasting is, but when you're fasting, now let me show you how I was raised up using fasting. When I first started, I would fast only one day a week, and it was Friday night to Saturday night. Now, the religious set, they call that the Sabbath, where you fast from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. Okay? Now, fasting consists of no consumption of food, but you can drink liquids, water, juice, not alcohol. It defeats the purpose. But juice, water, and not pop. Pop is not a good liquid. So you can drink juices and water and not consume any solid foods for, I would say, a 24-hour period. Now, the first time that I did this, I wasn't successful. I didn't probably make it 4 hours. But let me show you what happens. See, and this is how the devil works too. Now, being a musician, I went to this club where this owner was hiring bands for his club, right?
Okay.
So we went to the club to talk to the owner about hiring our band to perform in the club. And this is the day that I was fasting now. And so when I came in, when we came in, this guy, he had about every pizza that you can imagine lined up on the bar. I mean, every last pizza you can think of, pepperoni, sausage, cheese, everything. I mean, the whole place was smelling like pizza. I love pizza. Oh my God, I love pizza. Now, what is the chances? Now, understand, this is how it works. I want you to understand. What are the chances that I'm going in here to try to get a gig for the band, and this guy got a whole smorgasbord of pizzas that I love sitting on his bar, and then go say, hey, go grab y'all some, get your pizza, get your slice, couple of slices, take 2 or 3 slices. And I'm like, I'm fasting, I'm trying to fight it. But the smell got me.
But you saying it's like fasting though. I can recall when we used to fast back in a while, 3 days, and I would do it with my husband, and and the first thing was, okay, no sex. We know that part. Okay, and you're thinking in your mind that that's going to be hard, especially when you're younger and very active into it. But it was no food. At that time, I smoked cigarettes, so it was no smoking.
Right.
I think we were doing 100% juice or some kind of tea. That was all we can have, and water, no
Yes.
food.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're starting off, we thinking, oh, it's gonna be sex, and that's what I'm trying to figure out when you say the temptation of food, because at the first day, I can recall it was the cigarettes that was urgent
That's what
and
you,
wanted
yeah.
real bad, and then the second day, you realize cigarettes don't mean anything. You wanted food. You
Mm-hmm.
wanted food. Sex really wasn't even the option. You wanted food, and your eyes want anything, any candy,
It's what you
a
desire.
popsicle.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
okay. So
what you
then tell me
desire.
about this lust versus desire. Then is they
Well,
the
it's the
same?
same. It's the same thing. See, lust is it's the action verb. It's the action. And desire is the thing that you want. You see what I'm saying? So if let's say you desired cigarettes, and
Mm-hmm.
so your lust was to smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, that was the first.
You see what I'm saying? So the thing was, your desire was the cigarettes. The action would be to light up a cigarette and smoke it. This is why when you fast, you're supposed to cut out the things that you lust and desire for. It gets cut out. You see?
Right.
And then you get a craving. You see what I'm saying? A craving starts like when I saw them pizzas on the bar. You know, the craving and the smell of the pizza. It was overwhelming. You see what I'm saying? And I broke down. But now, what happens with most of us is that when you break down and give in, and I went on and ate me about 2 or 3 slices, you know, and when that happens, normally we get into the mindset of, oh, well, that fasting thing, it must not be for me. Yeah, you know, I just can't do it. And so we give up on it. But everybody fails when they start. That's part of it, the failing part. The thing is, what I should have done, I should have, after I ate the pizza, I should have got right back on the fast. You see,
Okay. Yeah.
I should have got right back on it and didn't eat nothing else until the next day when the sun went down. You see what I'm saying? But we don't do that. We just keep going. Oh, I broke it. I failed. It's over. Forget it. You know. And see, fasting is what helps us to begin to create what is called discipline. You see what I'm saying? You have to become disciplined when you're trying to fight these lustful desires that we have. You know.
But you are saying that they both are the same.
They are. They work hand in hand. Yes. Yes. But understand, but they aren't the same. But understand, no, it's like, what do I desire? If I desire to be rich, now how am I going to get rich? That's the lustful part of it. That's the thing that if I, let's say if I desire pleasure, how am I going to get pleasure? I'm going to go find me some woman that's going to give me some.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And so they're not the same, but they work hand in hand together, you know? And so whatever I lust, whatever I desire, my lustful urges move me towards getting that, you know? So this is why this is why what I was showing earlier, how this society that we live in, it promotes your lustful desires. This is why in movies you see they are more what you call it, the sex scenes are more vivid. Where back in the day, you know, right, you wouldn't see them having sex, you know, but you would assume that that's what was going on. Now they showing you, right, you know, right, booties all in the air and everything. You know, they show the whole thing, breasts, everything. They show it on TV, you know, in advertisement, you know, in every movie that I watch, and you're going to start seeing it now that I'm saying this. In all these movies that they are promoting, you're going to see the consumption of alcohol, and you're going to see the consumption of cigarette and cigar smoking. More cigar smoking than anything, because this is the desire and the lust that they're pushing on people. Smoke. So, and why would they do that? Because now cancer, is something that they make money off of this. The cancer drugs, going to the doctor to get chemotherapy, that's very expensive. The insurance company get paid when you smoke your cigars and develop cancer, or smoke your cigarettes and develop cancer. Or
okay, but go back to the one where you're saying as far as that it's more on TV as far as the sex, though.
Yes. All of it is on TV. The smoking, the cigarette smoking, and all of that, the alcohol. Every TV show you watch, they're going to have, unless it's a family show, I'll put it like that, they're going to have some consumption of alcohol in the movie, because this is the kind of nation and the kind of people that they are trying to feed. They're feeding this. Drink, be alcoholics, drink, be smokers, They even starting to show people smoking marijuana on TV because it's legal.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Why? Because they want you to smoke more marijuana. They want you to smoke. Now what kind of society and what does that say about our society if they are promoting the things that is killing us?
But isn't it still the same as it was before? I mean, back in the day, wasn't it a billboard that shows a man on a horse with a cigarette and women's dancing and got the long cigarette with the handle thing, the beer, and I see a horse again. When I'm thinking about a beer, I'm thinking about Budweiser. Horse. Isn't that all just right? But it's still marketing, right? And
yes, it is. Yes. So advertisers, you see what I'm saying? But the thing was, back then, it was more subtle. Not like it is now. Right now you can see a billboard that's I'm trying to think of one I've just recently saw. You can see billboards and
but these billboards now is more on the healthcare. Take this medicine, they're gonna cause 100 side effects, but go ahead and take it. But I see the billboard in the healthcare more.
Now, even in that. Now, check this out. They got all these drugs that they promote on TV, right?
Yes.
And then they tell you, take this drug for diabetes, but you might get headaches. You might your throat might swell up. You might have a urinary tract infection. They'll say all kind of different stuff that are side effects that go along with this drug, but they promoting it to you. They say, hey, get this, it's going to help you. But, and then they'll quickly say, but it may have this and it may do that to you and it may do that and it may do that. But this is a good drug, you see. So what I'm saying is, that's what TJ say, marketing. That's just what you were saying, But let me see, what is Carol saying? Hey, Carol. He said, can experience one without the other. Lust without the other. Yeah, that's true. You can't experience lust without desire. And then she says, what is this? They want you to smoke so the glamorous, it's like back in the day. That's how I remember it. But even the stars used to smoke and drink on TV and in the movies. Yes. And this is why we still have smokers and alcoholics to this day. I wish I had. Now, I used to be an activist. I'll put it like that. I'm gonna say it like that, but I still am. But I'm gonna just say I used to be an activist. And back in the day, a juice company named called Everfresh. Maybe you all can Google this and look it up. It probably won't come up because they're probably trying to block it. But I got the pictures. I still got them. I'll find them and on the next show. No, what I do is I'll put them on my Facebook page so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But this company, Everfresh, they put out a new juice in a juice bottle, but the juice bottle was a half a pint. You know how you get a half a pint of wine? It was in a half pint bottle. You remember it?
I remember when y'all was protesting. Yes.
Yes, you remember that. Right.
Yeah.
It was juice, but it was in a half pint bottle. And then their promotion of it was young people, a young girl and young guys with it in their back pocket, like the winos used to do back in the day. You know, wino always had his wine bottle in his back pocket. And so they were promoting this new juice in a half pint bottle, and they were showing how young people were pulling it out of their back pocket and turning it up, you know. And so we saw this as them trying to harvest new alcoholics from young people, you know. And so we protested it and got them taken out of the stores and this and that and another, right? And we didn't hear anything more about it. But my point is that they do this all the time and nobody says nothing. You know, little in the toy stores, little 9mm and AK-47s for kids be running down the street shooting each other, and a Smurf ball, whether it's a little sponge bullet or not, it's promoting the love of guns. You see what I'm saying?
But even when you say that, though, but it's still, to me, when you say lust and desire they both go the same. They both together. But I can remember being a child and they had these candy, and it was called cigarette candy.
Yes.
Okay.
You used to blow the smoke out the end of it. I remember those.
Okay.
Yes.
So it comes to a point where certain people said, don't you put that in your mouth. Other people gave you the money, the money to go buy the candy. It was for a penny. You could go buy and you would mark the adults that was smoking. So I'm still trying to figure out, when you say lust and desire still work together, I still say marketing. And even if you look at the hip hop TV, or people trying to be like the rappers or things of that nature, whatever they got going on, that's what we're going to try to get on. If they got fancy cars, that's what we're going for. House, clothing. But also,
even if you can't afford it, can't afford it, but you still,
Jordans. Jordan, we buy the kids the Jordans, and we can afford our meals and things. But also, if you're going down in your own community and you got the choice, it's always been a liquor store and a church. We choose. And when you say they go,
it's not going to be the church most of the time. It's not going to be the church we choose.
Yeah, but it's marketing. It's giving us, it's like we still got to decide.
But see, but look, you're saying what it is. But why is it that marketing is cueing in on those things that are harmful to us? Why ain't they cueing in on what kind of
things that's healthy, or the
things that are more healthier for us? Yes.
Because it don't matter. I mean, it's still, when you say go hand in hand, because if you go with the healthy part, they making money just as well. If you give you a advertisement of someone drinking, somebody having sex, somebody's driving a fancy car, you could turn around and give me a same commercial of, hey, take this medicine here, it's going to help you do this and that and so and so, and everybody's still making money at the end of the day. It still go hand in hand because it's about money.
But let me show you something. Now, smoothies was a real popular thing just recently. It came out where they had smoothie machines and blenders, and everybody was blending up stuff and everything like that. Why is it that when in a movie or on a TV show, when you go to and watch them, they're having some kind of meeting or whatever, and the guy walks over to his bar and he picks up the alcohol tumbler and say, hey, you want a drink? Why isn't that a smoothie machine? You see what I'm saying? They can promote smoothies just as much as they can promote alcohol. But why don't they promote smoothies? Why do they promote alcohol? Because alcohol is big business. Ain't no corporation out here big like the alcohol corporations selling smoothies. See, this is about money. And they making money off of our misfortune. And they want us to drink and become alcoholics. They want us to smoke and get cancer. They want us to have extramarital or promiscuous sex and get AIDS and sexual transmitted diseases. They want so we can go to the doctor and the doctors get their part of the cut. They get their part of your income. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's see what's Carol saying. She says she's right now. Wait a minute. She is right now. The internet is being flooded with weight loss remedies. That's always been happening on the internet. But you don't see that. You don't see them promoting weight loss in the movie. You don't see them promoting cigarette abstinence in the movie or on TV shows. You know, you ain't never once seen a person. Well, maybe you might have. I don't remember it. But on the show, a guy pulls out a cigarette and lights it up, and the guy pulls out a gun. Just put that cigarette down. That's killing you. That's gonna kill you. You see what I'm saying? It's not good for you. It causes cancer. Put it down right now. You see what I'm saying? You don't see nothing like that.
Well, I do remember something about they said if you slept with one person, and then they did the Brady Bunch commercial, like you slept with this person, then that person slept with that person, and that's so I do remember some of that, or what was it?
One.
Right. Or the brain, what's the brain of scrambled eggs or something? A brain is a terrible thing to waste. I do remember certain
how
commercials.
long ago was that? That got to be 10 years ago, at least.
At least 15 or 20 years ago, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying that see, this is how I say this is how the devil works. They'll put the truth out there. It ain't gonna be a whole lot of it, but just so you can't say that they bombarded everything with what's not good for you. They can say, oh, well, we just like what you just said. Oh, we had commercials with this is your brain on the drugs and this and that, another, frying the egg and all that. We had messages like that. You can't say we don't do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll do it just so you can't say nothing. You know, but the whole thing is they want you to be alcoholics. They want you to be bad healthy. They want you to overeat. That's why they got all these food commercials on. They want you to late at night be ice creaming and Haagen-Dazsing and cookies and chips and all of that stuff. They want you to be doing that stuff. You see what I'm saying? Because when you do, you're going to be overweight. That means your health is going to be bad. That means you're going to be taking some kind of medication for diabetes, high blood pressure, gout, all that other stuff. You're going to see a doctor and they charging you up the butt. If you ain't got no insurance, you just butt out of luck.
But isn't at the end of the day, it's still that one thing when you say you choose your poison. And some people may not be an alcoholic, but they can be a junk eater, or somebody may smoke, or somebody may be a gambler. But everybody has some kind of poison or
a vice. You took a vice. Yes, yeah. but we weren't born with them. So where did they come from? We weren't born alcoholics. We weren't born craving cigarettes.
Okay, wait. Hold up, though. You say we weren't born with a baby. No, but wait. A baby gets addicted to a pacifier or sucking on something.
No. We, parents, we put that in the baby's mouth to keep them quiet because they be hollering. So we made that baby.
Okay, I'll take that. Okay.
We did that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? We did that to that baby because we wanted to keep them quiet.
Okay.
You know, they was making too much noise.
You know it.
But when we are born, we're not born with lustful desires. We're not born with desires to be rich, with the desire to for attention. Well, children are all. Let me take that back. That's all children want is attention. You know. But my point is that we are fed through advertisement, TV, social media, whatever. Everything it comes in through your five senses. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, and what you touch. This is how we're being programmed and being indoctrinated into this world of lust and desire.
Well, then, what's your view on decoding or deprogramming us then?
Fasting. That's what I was saying before. See, when you begin to practice fasting, it's programming your body to resist those cravings and those desires. Remember, I said I failed the craving of all them pieces on that bar and the smell it in the room. That got me. But I learned my lesson. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't gonna let that happen again. You know. But sure enough, I might the second time I tried it, I think I might have lasted 7-8 hours before I broke down. You know. But the thing is that you have to keep doing it. Now I can fast from Friday to Saturday night, and we used to do a 3-day fast.
That's what
you know about that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we used to do.
You do a 3-day fast from Thursday night to Sunday night.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And then when you came off the fast, you're thinking that you're about to eat all this food, and you couldn't even get nothing but the salad, half of a salad, and you full by going those many days.
And this teaches us again that you don't need a whole lot to feed what we call hungry. When you're hungry, you don't need a whole lot. But what happens is the world bombards us with all this stuff: Burger King, White Castles, Wendy's, Red Lobster, all these different food places, Nick's and the hot wings place on the corner. You know, what's that other real popular one for the barbecue? Harold's.
Oh yes.
Harold's. You know, I got to get my Harold's. You know, and so we expand our stomach to the point where it takes more to fill it up. Whereas if you fast and you deny the body, then you, like you said, you begin to discover that I could just eat a salad and a piece of bread or some soup and I'm full. You know, but we don't get there. We never find that out because we are too busy engulfed in this assimilation of social media and entertainment and marketing, where we're just being led every day. When we wake up in the morning and we turn on our TV, you know, it's directing us on something to do, you know. But I got another video I want you guys to see. Hold on. Let me see. Where is it? Now, this is a pretty, well, it ain't that long. But here we go. Let me show it for you. Is this it? Oh, here it is. Yeah. Check this sister out. Oh, come on, play now.
You will think that lust from a man feels good, and that's only because you've never experienced what it is to be honored by a man. And that was certainly true of me. I thought that lustful attention from a man or from men around me felt good, but that's only because I had never experienced what it is for a man or men as a group to extend honor to me and regard and dignity and respect. Lust pales in comparison to it. You couldn't pay me to go back to being the object of lust for random men that I don't even know.
You see, this sister was sharing how, and there's a lot of women that probably, and not only just women, but men too, that misconstrue that feeling, that lustful desire for people, you know, as being love. You know, I fell in love with my wife and we got married, and then you decide at some point you discovered that it wasn't love, it was just lust, because when the lust wore off, I guess the love wore off too, you know, and now you out in the streets, whoremongering, looking like a junkie, like a crackhead, you know, looking for the next fix. You know, it's just crazy. But I guess the question I'm asking, are we out of control? this lust and desire has got us out of control, and we don't even know we out of control. You know, we just going along every day. We just go wherever the wind blows us. You know, you can be in your car driving somewhere, and then all of a sudden a commercial come on for Wendy's, your favorite fast food spot or whatever, and now you find yourself detouring and don't even know that you just been programmed to go get you Wendy's or go get you a White Castle slider. You know, I used to love sliders. I can't hear you. You muted. How did you get muted?
Okay, but the platform is changed. So here go the thing to me is that, of course, we out of control now, because if we go back to the way things were, we had the television and we only had so many channels, and we had the radio, and it was just so many radio channels that or stations we would listen to. So now the platform has changed. I mean, from flyers, they pay people to bring something to your door to let you know, to the social media, to the internet, your email, spam, text. Of course, we're going to be out of control because the door has opened that you can't even watch TV or any kind. You can't even listen to a YouTube radio a song without an ad coming in it. So yeah, it's going to be out of control because it's everywhere.
But I mean, does that becomes the norm now? You see what I'm saying? There's no fight. I don't see us fighting at all. Not mind you, I'm not saying that there's nobody fighting. I'm not saying that. I'm looking at the majority. When I leave my house, and if I decided I wanted to walk from my house to the corner to the gas station, and I'm observing what I see around me, you know, and the majority of the things that I see a guy selling drugs. I see a woman with booty shorts on, you know, on the phone, talking loud, walking down the street, cussing somebody out, you know. I see people riding on them little scooters, you know, up and down the street, you know. I see I see a group of girls. It used to be a guys. Now I see groups of girls now walking up and down the street, and all of them got on booty shorts, you know, with their stomach out, and it don't matter what size they are, they still got their stomach out. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, and I'm just walking to the store. To the gas station now, and I can see all of this. And then on the way back, I'll see some more stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, ain't nobody trying to fight this thing. You know, even in the fashion industry, you know, we didn't create the tummy tops. You know, we didn't come up with that concept in fashion. Somebody else came up with that, and then we bought into it. Oh, that's the sexy thing because I get a piercing in my navel. What is that all about? Piercing your navel now. Now, mind you, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But can't nobody see it. You see, but they made a way for you to see it. They give you these tops with it looks like a bra. My granddaughter came into my house about a couple of weeks ago. I'm laying in the bed watching TV, and I happened to see her walk past the door, the bedroom door. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, come here. And I'm like, it looked like she had a bra on. But they call them, what do they call them things now? Some kind of sports bra, I guess. A sports top. I don't know what that crap. It looked like a bra. That's all I know. And I'm like, where's your clothes? Why are you
Well,
out?
again, you the one said something. And
But she got a mama and daddy.
okay, no. Okay, yes, that's I understand.
How
that
mama
part.
and daddy let her out the house like that?
But you older now, so
Yeah, what that got to do with it?
Okay,
What that got to do
they got
with it?
a lot because I can remember the stage. I don't know if you can remember this stage now. Like you have to remember the stage of the Daisy Duke. You have to remember this.
Oh, of course, I remember Daisy
Okay.
Duke. Remember that came from a movie too.
Okay.
A TV series. Remember, Dukes of Hazzard.
But when you try to wear it because it was a trend, your mama gonna tell you, I don't know where you think you're going, like that. They ain't allowed. Or I can remember being
and you had to sneak it out. You had to sneak it out in a bag and put it on outside because your mama wasn't gonna let you leave the house like that.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say is that someone told you that you couldn't wear that or it wasn't appropriate. And if you chose to try to sneak and do it, that's you. But it wasn't that it was your household, but it really wasn't. It was definitely the older. It wasn't your peer. It wasn't your sibling. It wasn't your auntie. It was your mother. It was your grandmother. It was the older people telling you, no.
But now
don't wear that.
Yeah, but now grandma in the club.
Okay, well,
you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Grandma.
Okay.
Grandma juking.
Okay. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that now it's just a free fall now. Ain't nobody saying don't do it, and so now it just gets worse. First, you come out in your bra. Next is bra and panties. Now, I guess the next thing, since ain't nobody see, because this is how it happens. If you don't say nothing about the bra, then they'll walk down the street in their bra and their panties. Then, before you know it, they'll just have a little thing over the nipples. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be coming out with the, what they call them things? The thongs.
Yeah.
The thongs and little things on their nipples.
Yeah.
And if don't nobody say nothing about that, they probably put the thing on off and they be naked. You see what I'm saying? It's getting worse. And ain't nobody saying nothing. Ain't nobody trying to correct nobody.
Well, when you try to correct things now, people get offended. People say, don't say nothing to my kids. Don't say this. Stay in your lane. People don't want to cross over. Everyone used to, well, back in the day, people voiced their opinion, and you didn't just get checked by your parents. You got checked by the neighbors, your teachers and things of that nature. So the whole community sort of got scared to say anything. Everybody wants to mind your business, stay in your own lane. Then that's what happened. You get out of everything is getting out of control because nobody wanna.
But see, even that was a gradual thing because when I was growing up, it wasn't no such thing as minding your business. The lady next door was tricking on me all day long. Lady across the street, all she did all day was sit in the window looking at what we doing so she could tell my mama when she got home. You know what I'm saying? And my mama didn't say, mind your business, old lady. She's like, what? He did what?
Yeah, but that's the difference. That's a big difference now.
And so you can see the gradual deterioration of what we want to call it takes a village. We say that crap all day long. It takes a village. Oh, it takes a village. We're the village. No, ain't no damn village. You know, the village has been destroyed. Now we just individuals out here doing whatever we want to, when we want to, how we want to. We don't care about no rules, no laws. It is just amazing to me. And I don't know why this happens or how it started, but if you pay attention, now, you a driver. So every time I'm driving down the street and I pull up to a red light, I'm stopped at a red light. And, the traffic coming the other way, right? Now, the light for the green light, it turns yellow, and then it turns red. And do you know that every time, it doesn't fail, every time that light turns red, 2 cars go through the intersection. At least 2 cars run that red light. And you anticipate it. You already know. I'm gonna sit right here because I know it's 2 cars finna run this red light, and then I can go. Now, where the hell did that come from? People wasn't running red lights like that. Just blatantly.
Everybody in the rush.
Now, I ain't talking about. Now, I've done this plenty of times where I've run yellow lights and maybe halfway through it turned red, and I got through or whatever. I've done that. I see that's all the time, right? I'm talking about I haven't even gotten to the intersection yet and it's red. and I run right on through, and the car behind me run right on through. Well, I'm not saying that's not what I do. I'm just saying that's what I see.
Well,
And this is a problem, and ain't nobody addressing these things. And it's just gonna get worse. And now we talking about Trump wanting to bring in the National Guards and everything. You know what I'm saying? Trump don't have to bring in the National Guards. Straighten your shit up. Excuse my French. Straighten your stuff up. You know, start fasting. Get some discipline in your life. You know, we shouldn't have to be going through all this stuff about the National Guards. But guess what? I don't care. They talking about Mayor Johnson and Governor Pritzker and all that kind of stuff, trying to fight about the National Guards being brought in. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen until we begin to start cleaning this mess up ourselves. It's the parents that's the problem. These kids shouldn't be parents. They raising kids, and they ain't even raising kids. They just had kids, and these kids are raising themselves in the streets. You know, and you know, in this podcast, I created this podcast because of what I keep seeing when I go out into the world, and nobody's fighting. It doesn't seem like it. Again, I can't say that nobody's fighting because I'm sure there are people out there that's fighting this thing. But if you pay attention, and if you're looking like I'm looking at things, it doesn't look like people are fighting. It doesn't look that way. It doesn't look like people are resisting anything. It's like we just go along with it. You know, whatever the signs of the time says that we are supposed to walk barefooted. You know, they got these Crocs now, you know, and I'm willing to bet you. We think that stuff is for comfort. They made that so that we can walk and our feet won't be hurting and this and another. I'm willing to bet you maybe in the next 10, 15 years, you're going to find out that them Crocs were creating some kind of foot problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not really comfortable.
It's gonna be too late.
When you said back in the day when y'all was protesting, you did about the drinks, right? About the juice. But it was a time also that, you know, it's about coming together. So you're not gonna see if it's bothering other people, if somebody's on this side of town and somebody fighting on this side of town. I think the only way you're gonna make a difference is it got to be like the old school way. Well, everybody had to come together and say enough is enough, and unity, point blank.
That's a good song, Darlene. That's a great song.
So
it's a great song, and people been singing it. They've been singing that song for generations and generations and generations. But you aren't gonna get black people to change nothing. You got to force. We have to be forced to do it. If we ever gonna come together and unify and be unified, this is why I'm with Trump. Because let me tell you what I'm saying. Trump is the only thing in my mind. He's the only factor that has the power to unify black people.
Oh, by bringing a storm?
By bringing hell.
What I'm saying.
Hell down on black people. We got to come together. He's going to force us to fight together against this wickedness. Okay,
I agree on that.
You know, and that's the only way. We've been singing this song too long. Let me see. I saw Yolanda had said some society and social media, government, and parents need to take responsibility. Yes, but just saying it ain't gonna happen, man. That ain't gonna happen. We've been saying that forever, how parents need to be more responsible for their kids. And what did they say? F you, mind your business, right?
Yeah, but maybe it's a cleansing time, what you just said.
Yeah, it's going
to break loose. It's going to be a cleansing.
It's coming. Let these National Guards come in here and start busting niggas
upside down. And telling us what time to go to sleep, what time to go in the house.
You can't come out after a certain time and this, that, and another.
But they tested that with COVID. They already did that test
Yes.
with the curfew with COVID, so they already
Yeah.
got an idea of how they gonna be able to control it.
Let me see some of these statements. It says, but people are talking and fighting and encouraging and really starting to speak up. Yeah, we're doing that. But see, it's not about encouragement. See, it's about self-analysis, self-correction. We have to correct self. It's about you fixing you, not trying to fix nobody else, because we all effed up. Every last one of us, me, you, everybody, we all effed up in some kind of way. Fix you. You got to get with somebody that's going to help you fix you. And when you start fixing you and people start seeing you being better and doing better for yourself, they're going to question, well, what is it about you? You got a certain life to you. You seem like you're peaceful and this and that and other. People will start questioning you about that. And then you share with them what you did to fix you. Then maybe they'll fix them. And this is how you begin to spread good like they spread it evil. It's the same concept. You know, what you say, leave me my Crocs. She like wearing Crocs. That's all right. I'm telling you, watch. In 15 years, they're gonna be telling you on the news. Doctors have discovered that Crocs are causing some kind of arthritic problems in people's feet. You know, and then they're gonna have a doctor on there saying, yes, you know, the manufacturers of Crocs, we couldn't get them to respond, but you know, though they're in court now, they're being sued for this, that, and another. You're gonna see it, watch. And then you're gonna remember I said this. Watch.
But I think we need to talk more about that Trump coming in.
Oh, well, you see, Trump is the new Hitler. It's like the minister said last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he is the modern day Hitler. You know, a lot of people heard about Hitler, but they didn't know what Hitler was really about. You know, but when you see Trump, that's what Hitler was about. Same thing Trump is about. He wants everybody that's not blue-eyed, blonde-haired, white people. He wants all of us in a certain, how can I put it, subservient position, if not eliminated altogether. What's he saying? They're not good for you. Talking about Crocs? I know. You ain't got to tell me. I already know. You know, but we think they so. I mean, look at everybody and their mama wearing them. They started with them in the hospitals. Y'all remember that's where they started. Nurses in the hospital was wearing them because they was on their feet all these times and all this long, and so they're real comfortable now. Everybody and their mama wearing them. You know, this is being disciplined. Oh, this TJ being disciplined and holding yourself accountable. Yeah, but TJ, that's easier said than done. But just like me, remember, I was trying to be disciplined when I started fasting, and I walked in on a room full of pizzas. It's not easy when you live in a world with all the, you know, you living in a
temptation.
world with temptation. Everywhere you turn, it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you got to fight. There's a actual physical fight that you got to put up in order to survive this thing. I had to put up a fight to keep fasting until I mastered it. I had to fight it and not just give up. You know, Yolanda, boy, you putting a lot, you texting your butt on. Just stop talking about Trump before they come for us. Man, please. They're already coming for us. What you mean before they come for us? They already here. What are you talking about? They here like it ain't nothing. Please, you don't think Trump is after us?
Right around the corner. It's already around the corner.
No problem, cuz that's my cousin Kira. It says, and yes, Trump is the new Hitler. He's got to stop. We have to stop being the easily misled. Yeah, this is true. But again, see, and I'm gonna say this because it's time for us to get out of here. There's oh man, I just lost my train of thought. What was it? Wait a minute, who was that? Somebody just said, let me see what Carol had just said, something that made me think about this. What was that? It says we have got to stop being so easily misled. Oh, yeah. See, we don't even know how we're being misled, because it's from so many different avenues, just from the music that you listen to, from the TV. In order for us to not be misled, you know what has to happen? We have to separate. You remember in the Bible where Moses took the children of Israel out of Egypt into the wilderness? But yet and still, when he took them out, he took the ways of Egypt that was going on with Pharaoh. The people that he and the children of Israel, they brought those bad habits with them out in the wilderness.
Okay.
And so this is why there has to be a separation between the good, or like they say, the wheat and the tare. You got to separate it. It has to be seen some kind of way. And so we can't call ourselves righteous men and women and we living among all this wickedness. That's like Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but can you give another example of separation though, as far as modern time, or what do you?
Yes. Thank you for asking that. Because see, it's impossible for us to physically separate. There's nowhere to go. You see what I'm saying? But we have to separate spiritually and mentally from their way of thinking and their way of acting. We have to separate here. We can't think like them. When challenges arrive, we can't solve problems or draw conclusions or come to solutions like they do. We have to do it the right way. Fasting, you have to take care of your body, eat right. This is the beginning of separation, because when you begin to do that, you are separating yourself from the people that aren't. You're separating yourself from the people that think negatively. You see what I'm saying? This is how we have to separate ourselves, and it's an individual war now. It's not a collective war. It's your individual fight. And if you don't win, you don't go. Because, maybe I shouldn't go here, but I'm going to just say this and then we're going to have to get out of here. I'm going to say this. The scripture talks about being taken up. The righteous people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The righteous being taken up, right?
Okay.
We don't know what that really means. It could mean that you'll be taken up mentally on a high level. That means you'll be able to understand things on a very high level, or something to that effect. That could be what that means. I don't know. But I do know this, that if you're not fighting to be right, you ain't getting taken nowhere. Remember, there's also in the scripture that talks about there was two walking in the field. One was taken and the other one was left. See, there's a separation coming. I don't know how it's going to play itself out. Like I said, it could be just a mental thing. I don't know. But if we are not fighting and we just going along to get along, you could best believe those of us that aren't fighting will get shifted along with the unrighteous. We'll be considered unrighteous. And whatever happens to the unrighteous is going to happen to us too. Whether you black or not, it don't matter. So, you were speaking on us being so easily misled. Oh, that's what I was talking about when I lost my train of thought. Yes, because we are. It is not hard. It's easy to mislead us because, see, these people that run this country and this society and this world, they understand. They are the masters of manipulation. You know, I'm gonna use an example, and we're gonna get off here. How you can manipulate people to do what you want them to do. All right. I've done this many times, but I don't think I've done this with you, darling. So I'm gonna test this on you.
Okay.
Now, pick a number between. Let me see. Wait a minute. Pick a number from 1 to 4. Don't tell me what it is yet.
Okay.
You got your number?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I'm trying to see how I can. Oh, I'm gonna type a number in the thing here. All right, I got my number typed in. Now, tell me what your number is.
4 all day long.
Check that out. I said 3.
Okay.
Now let me show you what that means. What that says is that most people that aren't thinkers and don't think for themselves, they would have picked the number 3. And I'll tell you why. Because psychologically in your mind is like a computer. And it calculates. And I gave you every number but 3.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. 3 was, see, TJ's on here. TJ number is 4, and that's the only 3 was my first choice.
That's his football. See.
I was going with 3. I was going with 3. I'm a trade person. I'm 3, but TJ number is 4, and that's why I went with 4.
Why you and see why you were going to say 3 is because I said all the other numbers. I said pick a number from 1 to 4. What's left?
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is mind manipulation. How you can manipulate people just by talking to them, and you don't even know you're being manipulated. You know, it's deep. You know, but the only way we can survive this thing is that we have to fast. We have to practice discipline, being disciplined. And fasting is the only thing that's been prescribed for us. And this is in the Bible. You look in the Bible and see it said fasting is prescribed for you. It's prescribed. Let me see, who is this? What's she saying? I was thinking 3. Of course. 3. Yeah. See, again, because this is how we are being manipulated. We are being manipulated because these people know these kind of mind manipulation games. How they can program you and make you do things they want you to do, and you don't even know that they're doing it to you. Okay, we're over time, y'all. Thanks, Vanessa. See, I would have picked 1 because 3 came too easy. Of course it came easy because I programmed you to think it. All right, thank you, everybody that was on. We had Vanessa, TJ, Carol, Bam. Who else was on here?
Yolanda.
Well, that's Bam. You know, we call her Bam.
Oh, okay.
Yolanda. Yeah, we call her Bam. Bam, Bam, Bam. Oh, Sid was on here. All right, yeah. Thank you guys for being on. And we're going to be on here next week. Again, we're going to keep doing this thing until something changes or people begin to practice self-discipline. And keep in mind again, just try it. You're not going to be successful when you first started. I'm telling you, I wouldn't. But fasting is the key. You got to do it. Start Friday night to Saturday night. You might not make it the whole thing, but if you make 4 hours, that's okay. If you have to eat a cookie, or not a cookie, but if you have to eat something healthy, and then start back, and then, you might have to break again, and you might have to eat something. But I'm saying keep doing it every Friday to Saturday. Keep doing it until it becomes a habit. And believe me, once you get good at that, where from Friday night to Saturday night, you can go without eating anything, you'll begin to find out that those certain desires, like smoking and all the other stuff that other people have, these bad habits that we have, we'll be able to stop those too. Because the greatest desire that you have is hunger. That's the greatest one. And if you can control that, you can control anything. All right. All right. Thank y'all for listening. We'll be back next Thursday night. Tell a friend. Tell your mother. Tell your mother-in-law. She'll tell everybody. All right. Next week.
Thanks for supporting our podcast. We look forward to see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. We also ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. The more subscribers we have, the more YouTube will push our podcast to more viewers. But until then, subscribe also for a peaceful mind. Your activity will reflect that peace.